Apart from that, bee loud glade. Bee loud glade. Honeybee. Noise of honeybee. Loud noise of honeybee. He wants the loud noise of honeybee. They are not disturbing him. Only human beings disturb him. That is why this is the main thing the poet wants to say, that he wants to stay, he wants to live amidst the nature. And what message or what is the moral of this poem? That the poet wants to convey the message that you should appreciate nature. You should know the value of nature. You should know the taste of nature. You should feel the taste of nature, because it is only nature which can provide you tranquility, which can provide you peace and serenity. The urban areas, the hustle and bustle, the noise, the crowd, the technology, the factories, the mills, they will give you money, they will give you status, but they will not give you peace and tranquility. As the Victorian poet, he wants to leave this message to the readers. So guys, this is the poem. You go through the poem, read the poem, only 3 stanzas, at least for 2 times. And next time, I am not going to tell you the exact date. I will give you some questions. That means after critical study, you will study yourself and you have to answer the questions. Now, I have selected one more story from your book. This is the poem. One more story from your book, the supplementary book, Moments. Chapter number 3, Iswaran the Storyteller. It is also very nice story of R.K. Lakshman, an Indian author, famous Indian author. And through this story, he has presented 2 characters. One is the hero, you can say he is hero, Mahendra, or we can say Iswaran is the hero. Actually, if we analyze it, or if we go through the analysis of the story, we will find that Iswaran is the hero, because this is the character, Iswaran is the main character who regulates the story. The story, it is in the grip of Iswaran. He is a servant of Mahendra who works in a construction site and he lives in an isolated place, and where he has only companion, his household help, he is Iswaran. But Iswaran, he is a very lively person. R.K. Lakshman, he has presented the character of Iswaran, a very lively person. And guys, I always tell you that there are 3 categories in the literature, not in English literature, in literature, that natural, unnatural and supernatural. So this story comes under natural. It can be happened, and often it happens, a bachelor or a single person who is away from his family and one servant is there, household help is, that means help is with him, and he is the companion, he is his friend, he is his entertainer. So here we find the character of Iswaran as an entertainer to Mahendra. Iswaran he is skilled in household work. He manages the entire house. That means everything, including cooking, including cleaning the house, maintaining the house, But overall, he has a superb character, or he has a super quality, that is to entertain Mahendra. And what super quality or supreme quality he possesses, that is imagination or creative ideas. He is very much expert to create any stories, blending with mystery or blending with suspense, thrill, horror, and thus he used to entertain Mahendra. So we find here Iswaran's character, one of the very attractive characters in the literature. One of the attractive characters, because these are the characters we find rare. But in reality we find many characters like Iswaran. Often you are witness, guys, many people are there around us, especially the middle class or lower middle class people, that whenever they start narrating anything, reality is only 25% or 20%. Imagination, that is 75 to 80%. I think you have noticed it and you are the witness. So that is their skill, that they present those things, those matters in such a way that the listener is very much impressed, and often he believes his stories, whatever the stories. So Iswaran is one of the characters. Amongst them, in this crowd, he is also one of the characters. And characters like Mahendra also we find quite reserved, speaks less. So Mahendra, he is quite often he is amused by the stories of Iswaran. But here we see that at the end of the story, the author has presented Mahendra, you can say a person who also, he was also afraid to see a figure that through his window, which was narrated by Iswaran. That means Mahendra, at that very moment, he also recollects that the same figure which Iswaran he narrated, and now outside in the dark he is watching the same figure, and he is very much horrified to see the figure. And ultimately, what is the consequence? He had left his job. He had left his job because he believed Iswaran's story, whatever Iswaran narrated to him. He was thinking it is true, that whatever the sort of ghostly figure who is standing in front of his window, that means whatever Iswaran he narrated, it is true. So guys, this is a story, you can say, blended with humor and wit and satire. At last Mahendra, a reserved and dignified person who used to mock also Iswaran and who was amused, often he was amused by the stories, and he knew that time that he was telling lot of lies. Most of the stories, those are based on lies. But today he is compelled to believe that Iswaran, he narrated the same ghost, the same figure, and today this ghost is standing in front of him in the dark out of window. So guys, this is the critical study. Go through the story once again, not once, 2 times you read the story, and then next time I will give you some questions. You have to answer those questions. So till then, Take care of yourself. Stay home. Stay safe. God bless you.